So today we're talking about manifesting the hair you want. And I think that it was so funny because this morning, this wasn't funny, but I was talking to my mom about how few people understand what manifesting the things you want are. And I was wondering how many of you actually know what manifesting means. If you don't, I'm going to explain it today because it's a big thing that I live by, and I really want people to understand how to manifest the hair you want, because I want to talk to you today about what manifesting what you want is in life and how to go about doing it. I used to be very good at manifesting sitting on the couch and watching a lot of TV. I was really good at that. And then one day I got woken up to the fact that we couldn't afford Subway. And I was like, wow, we need to do something better in our lives. We need to figure out a way to support our kids and do all this stuff. So I started waking up. And what I mean by waking up is paying attention to all the thoughts I'm having and what I want to bring into my world. So if I'm paying attention to the gossip around whatever it has to do with, whether it's something on the news or something on a show or something on TV or something in your neighborhood, if you're paying attention to that, it's what you're bringing and manifesting into your life. When you start focusing on the things that you want in your life and how to manifest those things, your whole world changes. So, we got a customer service question today about a lady that's, struggling with her hair, and I'm going to hop on a call with her later. But in the meantime, I was watching what she was saying about her hair, and it was, my hair is horrible. It's really thin. I can't stand it. I don't know what to do about it, all of this stuff. And, I wanted to know, want people to know that if you focus on your hair like that, you can easily manifest it to feel like that. But if you go oh, my hair looks awesome, short and cute and sassy, and I'm going to, dress up my eyes a little bit more to enhance it, it's all your mindset on how you focus on it. Now, I understand everybody is given different things in life. And believe me, I have facial features that have not been my favorite my whole life. But I've learned how to embrace those things. And one of the things, even the other day, I was thinking, wow, my hair looks dark on all the videos. I'm not sure I like it, but I can either embrace it or I can do something about it, right? And so as long as I embrace the dark and go, I kind of like my natural color and I'm liking it right now and I'm just gonna enjoy it for a little while, and then I'll change it up and maybe play up different areas of my eyes or wear different clothing or try different makeup types to, accent what dark hair looks like on me versus light hair. So instead of going into a woe is me, my hair isn't gonna look good until I get it colored, I decided to play up different things or try different things or just embrace it. So today I wanna, kind of understand your hair woes and try and figure out how to help you manifest the hair the best hair you can achieve out of it. And I don't mean by going and getting extensions and paying a fortune for your hair. I mean how do you embrace what hair does and and rock it in the meantime? I think there are a couple of things that people should know about. I've seen a lot of people have a feeling that they were losing their hair, and then they go into this cycle about it, and later on, once they get through the cycle of it, their hair is just fine. But during that cycle of oh, I'm losing my hair, it's falling out, you're going to doctors about it, you're going to your hairstylist about it, you're trying to figure out what's going on. And usually there's no be all end all moment. It's just oh, I don't know what happened. And it's just, you give up at some point of focusing on, oh, my hair's falling out. Oh, it's, I'm having all these problems. So you just move into another thing and you don't pay attention to it. In the same way, if you don't pay attention to the neighborhood gossip, you don't know what's going on, right? Same idea. How do we take that principle and apply it to hair? So hair will naturally fall out. There's 3 stages of hair growth. It's anagen, catagen, and telogen phases of hair. You can think of it like the ACTs. So anagen is the growing phase, catagen is the pause phase, and telogen is the falling out phase. Now that happens every 5 years, that recycling of it. During that 5th year, or whatever that time frame is, I shouldn't say it's just a year because it's going to vary for a lot of people. But when you're going through the telogen phase, you're going to turn over 10% of your hair. How you treat your scalp during that time is really important. Keeping your scalp healthy. I'm a big believer in massaging your scalp with either a brush, which is why we have our paddle brush that's like, whoops, that's droppable. So that's why we have a paddle brush that's really squishy, because I believe in massaging your scalp. I really like being, I don't know if aggressive is the right word, but kind of, you know, like I want it to really slough off skin, especially because I'm always promoting not washing your hair as much. So if you aren't washing your hair as much, you're not turning over the skin as much. So you have to do it in some way, shape, or form, right? Because you don't want that to build up and just sit on your scalp, because we all know that leads to dandruff and things like that. So what we want you to do, especially when you're using a mild cleanser like our shampoo, mild cleansers don't turn over the scalp as harshly. And especially if you're switching from a harsh one into a mild one, there's lots of things that you can do to be proactive about your scalp being healthy. So, you know, really massaging your scalp in the shower is a great idea. Like when you first get it wet, just massage it. Like think about exfoliating your skin. Imagine if you never took that skin off, like what it would do. It's going to pile up, and you know, it's kind of a gross topic, but you know, it's true. So make sure you're massaging your scalp and really working that through. And then realize that you're going to go through that telogen phase periodically. You're going to lose 10% of your hair during that time, is like the average. And on average, people lose 100 hairs a day anyway. So imagine what you're turning over in that time and what your hair is going to feel like in that time. Okay, so you go through a thin stage. How can you embrace it? What can you do? And how do you go through it and make your hair the strongest and best it can be during that time? And I say, embrace it, rock it, and try changing something else up to draw attention to what you want out of it and not what you don't.
Heather wanted to know, how can I make my hair look shiny? It's usually dull and a bit frizzy.
Okay, so this is a huge thing. So the question is, how can she make her hair look shiny? Because it's usually dull and frizzy. That is all probably to do with your blow drying. So when you're blow drying, the key thing is to leave shine in your hair. If you don't blow dry, your hair will, you know, it'll be what it just is. But if you embrace blow drying if your hair doesn't look shiny and everything, then you can learn how to blow dry. We have lots of videos on it, but I'll teach you the basic premise of it. Okay, so the basic premise of blow drying is start at the scalp, end at the ends. Because if you blow dry your ends and then you blow dry at the scalp, you're going to over dry all of the stuff you hit first. If you blow dry it to the right amount of dry, then you'll keep shine in your hair, but it won't take on that wave and it won't have frizz. When you are blow drying, you want to start up at the scalp, blow dry up here, and then you want to lead with the brush, and the shape that follows after the heat is what shape it will take on. Your hair should end up shiny, which means you're keeping the moisture in it. And the good news is, if your hair is dull today, it can be shiny tomorrow. That's all there is to it. When you get your blow dry right, it will be shiny. It doesn't have to do with the colorist usually. I mean, there's definitely at-home colors that you can overcolor, and there can be, but I think for the most part, there's never been a person's hair that I couldn't get shine in when I'm blow drying, because I spent a lot of time learning how to blow dry.
And upstage really helps with that.
Yes, upstaged is a huge, oh my gosh. Upstaged, okay, so that's our thermal protectant. The right products will do wonders for your hair too. But you can blow it all at the blow drying. You can over dry it, and it doesn't matter what products you use. But if you use the right products, you're going to set yourself up for success. So I did notice, because I've taught Tammy a lot about blow drying over the years. And one day, like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, what did you do to your hair? Like, why is it so good? Like, your blow dry is awesome today. And she couldn't figure it out. And later on, she figured out it was upstaged, because upstaged gives you that shine. It has a little bit of shine in it to help, but it also has thermal protectant and a lot of other things that help you create more volume. Today, I did blow dry with upstaged in, because I was testing products recently, so I didn't do that. But today I have upstaged in, and I forget how amazing and full and shiny and great it makes your hair. So that is a good thing to help.
My hair is thick. I have a ton of it, but it's always super flat on the top and sides and super fluffy at the ends.
Yeah.
The flat on the top drives me crazy.
Okay, so I think that sounds kind of similar to what my hair is. And there it is, the drives me crazy, right? So what can you do to either embrace it or fix that? So what I do is I cut these short little layers in everywhere that help lift this. But I don't focus on, okay, my hair weighs 500 pounds. I want lift right here because I just embrace volume instead of volume. So, you know, you can either go that route where you embrace this type of volume instead of this type of volume, or you can do something about it by like piecing in little layers. I'm not saying chop in huge layers. I'm saying you can put in little extension layers, piece them in periodically, and you can have a stylist do that, or however you feel comfortable doing that. But that can help you get lift at the scalp. There's also products. How you blow dry makes a big difference. So if you blow dry and you just brush down the whole time, that's going to make this flat and this fluffy. If you blow dry with purpose and really lift at the scalp, let it cool, and then let it fall, you'll be amazed at how much volume you can create here. If you blow dry against where your hair naturally falls, so if this all falls this way, if I blow dry all of this up and over this way, then it's going to give this more lift as it comes back down. And you see how much freedom it lifts it up and away from where it naturally wants to fall. That's a big one.
And Vicky says, I have fine hair with zero volume. How can I get more volume without using a lot of product?
Okay.
And that's pretty much kind of what you described. The round brush helps me.
Yeah, so thin hair, but what was her length?
She just says fine hair.
Fine hair. Okay. So a few different things you can do for fine hair. And I am a big believer that product, if I had somebody say, I have fine hair and I need to style it, I would send you home with these two products. I would say, you need Upstaged and you need Big Time, because it's amazing what this can do for making your hair feel more bulky. This one can still make my hair feel silky when I have coarse hair, but this one can also, these combined can really make your hair feel like it has girth, which is great in this case. In the meantime, blow drying. So if you have short, fine hair, I would recommend the triangle brush, and blow drying up like this, let it roll back, and then you blow dry, and then you let it cool. So when you blow dry, lift at your scalp. Okay, so I'm blow drying here. I'm putting some bend in it. Now I'm gonna put the cool shot on, and I'm gonna cool it in place, because where hair cools after you heat it is where it stays. Okay, so I'm gonna cool that. So you could imagine if you have short, fine hair, then you can get, okay, so a lot of lift out of that. Do you see what I'm straight out of a bouffant? Okay, so do you see what cooling it in place does, right? So you can really apply that to the bigger round brush or a triangle brush, and you can really just let it sit in. And I mean, that's a lot of volume. That is too much volume for me, but I don't know how to get that out. No, I'm just kidding. I do. It's just a joke. What works best for super dry hair? If you're looking to have your hair be not dry, there's a few things that you can do. Make sure your products are moisturizing products and not volumizing products. Usually volumizing products are things that open your cuticle more, and products that are focused on keeping moisture in your hair are the ones that you want to look for to not be so drying.
And then what about any tips for extending time in between washes?
Don't think your hair is greasy. Literally, like I watch girls do that, and what they do is touch their hair more then. So like when girls are like worried about something, they fidget more and they touch their hair more and do things like that. So really just go, okay, my hair looks great today. I'm gonna just rock it, and that's it, and let it go, and then believe it's great, and then move on. But extending your washes, so extend 1 day and then wash, extend 2 days and then wash. And then, and give your hair time to do adjusting. Like, give your scalp time to adjust to washing less, and then extend it to, you should take about a month to start like really extending it more and more. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm on day 7. Like,
when did I wash your hair last?
Yeah. Your hairstylist may be good. They may be great, but they don't know everything. I don't know everything, and neither does any other hairstylist, because nobody, they don't always have the same intention as you. So I've heard somebody say, well, my stylist said I have fine hair, so don't use thermoprotectant. And like, it makes zero sense to me. And that stylist may be amazing, but maybe the person took it wrong or whatever, but you need to understand your hair and don't take what your stylist says as gospel, or, you know, like you need to do your own
experiment.
Yeah. And like your stylist could do amazing color. I have been to some amazing stylists across the country, but guess what? I had tons of breakage from them, tons and tons. And I won't say who they are, but I'm like, when you're going blonde, you can get tons of breakage. You just can. They can be amazing at color and still not know how to keep your hair healthy. Or they can be really good at keeping your hair healthy and not be great at color. And they might be great at cutting and not be good at keeping your hair healthy. There's so many different dynamics to it. So don't just trust your stylist as being the be all end all gospel for everything you should be doing with your hair. Like, pay attention to your hair. Your hair and your scalp will tell you if something is right for you or wrong for you. I've watched stylists give people products that were like, it just made no sense whatsoever at all, like to their hair type. Anything else?
Actually, we do have one more. My hair is also very soft. I feel like that hinders it from holding a style. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. When your hair is very soft, so most likely they're going to recommend some kind of volumizing shampoo. I would recommend our shampoo and conditioner because we've seen great results with it. You can also get products that build your hair up. So you can do, there's many thickening looking products that help with that. So in our line, it would be these two that help your hair look more thick. This is upstaged, this is big time. So if you want your hair to have more girth to it, more bulk to it, more hold to it, then this is what I would recommend if you're looking from us. So upstaged and big time. Our shampoo and conditioner is also amazing at that because it doesn't make your hair so silky that it just like, bleh, you know, like I have left stylist chairs before because lots and lots of shampoos and conditioners focus on that immediate result, not that long term. I've seen the split ends a couple times and I keep forgetting to talk about it. Split ends are really a nemesis. I used to watch girls like sit there in class and like spin their hair and like trim split ends and all kinds of things like that. There are so many different solutions. I do want to order that one thing that like clips, it does the dusting cut. Have you seen that thing? It like rolls it through and it clips all the edges of things. So when you have split ends, you don't have to chop up to here to get rid of all the split ends from here down. You don't have to do that. You can do a dusting cut. So right here, if you go through here, you can see that there will be a spot where the ends start poking up. And when they do, you can clip there, okay? So when those spring up like that, those are the ends that could use the clipping. And those are the ones that start making your hair look less silky, less shiny. And it's real easy to do. I mean, you can have a stylist do it for you, or you can learn how to do it. Don't cut too close where you're cutting the hair down here. Just cut the ones that stick up really high. And when they do that, then your hair will feel so silky and amazing right after you do that. It's so amazing what that can do. Just think of it like a plant of like over drying. So when you do the things like take the steps to keep moisture in your hair with your products, and then you blow dry to keep the shine in your hair, you are less likely to acquire them. You will not acquire as many, you will not manifest as many when you're not over drying your hair. Think of a plant and how they start like splitting when they get all brown and weird at the end because they're dehydrated. Don't dehydrate your hair and then you'll have less split ends. So after you get your hair colored, you'll have more split end kind of looks. Unless they're really good at laying down the cuticle after with like extra conditioners and different things like that. So, you know, you have to take the steps to manifest healthy hair as opposed to just going, I'm always going to have split ends. Well, no, not if you do all the right steps. You'll have a lot less. Thanks, everybody. Hope you manifest all the hair you want in the world. Look at your hair like it's great. I could very easily say mine's too dark, but guess what? I'm rocking it today with more shine because of Upstaged. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Bye.